Hello, everybody. I think it's a great, beautiful day. And this is the Rocky Mountain Association of Entrepreneurs today. And I just would love to tell you a little bit about what Rocky Mountain Minority, I'm sorry, not Minority, but Association of Entrepreneurs is actually about. We are involved in just making sure that entrepreneurs and the members of entrepreneur that we are doing have great opportunities, get themselves ready for being in procurement areas to get contracts. And so, with that said, these are the reasons why, um, you know, we're all about all that and helping entrepreneurs become strong and better at whatever they did do and finding those, matches for them to have some what we call really great contracts that maybe could last a year or two or three. And that's a big thing right now. And so today, speaking of awesomeness, we have a guest that is into credit here, and her name is Tara Butler. And she's going to speak today about take control of your credit. And that is an awesome base that I really believe. And Tara, I want to welcome you today. And let's start by giving them a little of their story, your story as well, but introduce yourself, Black Diamond.
Okay, my name is Tara Butler, and my business is about credit restoration. Okay, so I have a full-time job as well. I work for the New Jersey Department of Corrections in Cumberland County for over 25 years. This is going to be 26 years. But my passion is, I have lots of passions, but one of the passions is credit restoration. I want to help other people restore their credit, people that has less than perfect credit. I want to help them restore their credit, help them on their road, on their journey to financial freedom, because it's a journey, if you have less than perfect credit, but it's so important to have. So I have two children, my son, Nishan, my daughter, Naira, and he's 26, my daughter's 21. I have one grandson, Rasan, that I'm crazy about. And so my mother was an entrepreneur. She had a catering business. And so that's my entrepreneurial side,
That's the awesome side, no?
That's the awesome side. That's the side where you are.
Yeah.
Yes, my mother's family. There's lots of entrepreneurs. And my dad's was always big on credit. His passion was credit. Always making sure that we, me and the rest of the family, my brother, me, making sure that we were, our credit was good. That was important to him, to make sure we pay our bills on time and to manage our finances. He liked politics too, but that's another story.
Right.
So when I started, I said, okay, I'm close to retirement. So I want to start a business. I'm going to, when I retire, I'm not going to be working for anyone, answer to anyone else. So I'm going to be my own boss. So what do I want to do? And so that's when I said, you know what? I want to get to the credit business. So that's what I did. And I'm affiliated with a company that has a awesome online portal. And it really, they have different tools to help you get on track. And that's what I do.
Yeah. And so, just tell me a little bit more about let's say some of the steps of, um, I mean, you're knowing credit is so important, but
Hmm.
I just kind of want you to give that little feel to the entrepreneurs who are listening.
Okay, so when you go to start a business, sometimes and you come into a situation where you're starting out, and you have a business, you're starting your business, or you may have a business, but when
Right.
you want to try to get credit, as far
Mhm.
as business credit cards, they're
Mhm.
going to still look at your credit. So your credit needs to be intact.
Right.
So that, now later on down the line, when you're making, a lot of money, or then it's easier to use that, your profit from that revenue and everything to say, okay,
Mhm.
this is how much I bring in a year. So they'll use that. But starting off, it's so important to have good credit.
Right.
Yeah. So, if you have less than perfect credit, it's good to work on it, even though you're an entrepreneur and have your own business.
Mhm. Mhm. And so, what is the best thing to, I guess, for them to start at? What doing.
Well, okay. One thing I can say is, some people don't. I'm not okay. Some people don't have credit at all, and they don't have, any credit.
Right.
So that's worse than having bad credit.
Mhm.
That's actually worse than having bad
Yeah, no
credit.
credibility at all is crazy.
Absolutely. So if you were a person that didn't have any credit at all, I would say, start off with a credit card,
Mhm.
um, even if you got a secured credit card, and start there, because that's where it all starts. A lot of people think that credit cards are bad, and credit
Right.
cards build your credit.
Yeah.
As long as you pay them on time
Yeah.
and only use 30% of it, because
Mhm.
you're starting off. And if you use over 30% of your credit balance, then make sure you pay it back. You know, um,
Mhm.
More than the amount that's due. That would help a lot. Now, if you have less than perfect credit, then that's when you really you need to come to me either way. But if
Right.
you have less than perfect credit, then what you want to do is attack those negative remarks that's on your credit. A lot of people don't know that credit that okay, let's say you had credit cards
Yeah.
that are was sent to collections. If your credit cards, any debt that you had that was sent
Uh-huh.
to collections, is no longer your credit.
Oh.
It's no longer your credit, and that's what the credit agencies, the credit bureaus, do not want you to know. That company either sold your they did, they sold your credit to a collection agency, and they actually got paid for that, whether it's
Mm.
tax write-off, or they may have had insurance on it. So
Hmm.
that's where I come in, because we have credit attorneys that
Okay.
will dispute that for you. So
Oh.
when they're writing the letters and they're sending them back and forth to each credit bureau, that's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and it says that's not my credit because it's not anymore. They've sold your debt to a collection agency that don't even know much about you.
Mm.
They don't even, a lot of times, they don't even know who the original
Is
debtor was.
wow.
So, they don't have, they can't tell you when you started or whatever, they don't know anything. And I have found that a lot of times with hospital bills that hadn't been paid, that
Uh-huh.
they've crossed the HIPAA line. That's nobody's business. So they shouldn't even have sent that to a collection agency.
Mm-hmm.
Where you were in the hospital at and what was done, that's HIPAA. That crosses the line. So
Oh,
that's illegal as well. So,
wow.
that's yeah.
And that's good. That's great information because if you can hit on the part where, like you mentioned from the very beginning, is how they can go about to build it, because a lot of folks, they don't know like where to go to even get a credit cards for the first time, or just if
Hmm.
they've had, really bad stuff, how can they get it?
Okay. Well, that's where I come in at. Now, what we offer is a online portal,
Mm-hmm.
and what you'll do is you'll pull your credit. It's a portal. You'll go in, you'll make an account, and you'll pull your credit, and you'll see all three scores from all three credit bureaus. Whereas in Credit Karma will just show you TransUnion and Equifax, but they won't show you Experian. You have to pay extra money. With this online portal, you'll see all three credit
Okay.
scores. And what helps you get on, because I'm about not just fixing credit, but credit, restoring your credit, and then staying
Mhm.
on track. Because you don't want
Okay.
to just fix your credit and then get whatever you want and then blow it all and then you're back to back having bad credit again. That's not
Right.
going to get
Right.
you anywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
so that's where this online portal is, so it's easy to use. And like I said, you can get your scores from all three credit bureaus. And then we offer different programs within the, well, different tools that's within the online portal. And
Right.
one of the tools that we offer is the budgeting tool. And this budget tool helps you to track your income and spending by creating a personalized budget. This tool will help you follow your progress each month and make necessary changes to come under budget. So
Mm-hmm.
that's important to to budget your money and to keep, like, So that is, you would put in how much like if you have a job or if you have a business, how
Mm-hmm.
much you're making, and then what you're spending. So whether it be groceries or even in your business, whether
Right.
it be how much you're spending and when you're buying stuff from your vendor or whatever, it helps you stay on track. And it helps you're able to see it so that you can try to go under budget. Because if you go under budget, you're saving money.
Right.
That's so important. Another tool that we offer is the credit builder, and that access your credit report, and it's an easy to use and understand online format.
Mm-hmm.
The credit builder is shows you ways to build your credit. One way
Wow.
to build your credit score is to pay twice in 1 month. You kind of you're tricking them
Yeah.
to,
That's
you can,
awesome.
yes. So, okay, let's say your bill is due on the 25th of this month or the next month. So what you would do is, because most time it's online, you would go in and you can pay on the 10th, and then you can split that payment in half, pay on the 10th, and then pay again on the 25th. Now it looks
Mm-hmm.
like you made two payments in 1 month, and it hikes your
Yeah.
credit. So another tool that we have is credit monitoring, and it's your interactive credit report, money manager, and financial account alert system. All of your online accounts in one, and credit monitor alerts sent straight to your phone. So, that is that kind of, it's just your credit report at that point. Once it changes, whether it
Uh-huh.
goes up or whether it goes down, it'll tell you why it went up, it'll tell you why it went down. You'll get alert to your phone.
Wow.
So that's so important, because sometimes things happen and you don't know why, or we're busy, we're especially if you have a
Yeah.
business and you're working, and you may have forgot to pay that bill on time. There is a grace period. It won't just drop right away. But there is a grace
Right.
period. So this way you will get alerts to your phone on
Right.
what happened, what
And that's real. That's real.
right. So,
Mm.
and we also offer credit attorneys. Our attorneys will evaluate your case for different difficult to remove inaccurate items on your credit report. And so that's important. And difficult items, I would say, example would be if you had a repo
Mm-hmm.
and it was from years ago, and you have settled all of your whatever, it's actually paid for, or whatever the case may be, and it's still on there. Another one would
Mm-hmm.
be a bankruptcy. It was the myth, bankruptcy, even if you go through the courses and you pay off, you do whatever you have to do with the bankruptcy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it has to stay on for 7 years, and that's a myth. That's not true. Once you are done with the bankruptcy, then you can, and a lot of times they don't want to take that off. The credit bureaus don't want to take that off. You can contact the credit agency and show where you have settled that debt, and they will fight for you
Mm.
and send aggressive letters to each bureau or whichever one that's attacking you, and have it removed. Because
Yeah,
sometimes it's hard for us to do it as regular citizens.
exactly. And having the
Yep,
professional to do it makes so much sense.
absolutely. And all this is free in this online portal. Just imagine how much you would pay if you went and got your lawyer on your own. You
Oh,
know, so
yeah.
it all comes within the online. This is part of the services.
And
Another
so that's part of Black Diamond, credit solutions is, all these, different points that they can do for a person that is,
Absolutely,
oh,
absolutely,
okay.
all at your fingertips. Just right there for you. You go online and you go in. You can check it every day if you want.
Oh,
You know, and another service that I do like is the debt payoff tool, because it helps you create a financial plan that will give you the exact payment guide to eliminate your debt quicker than you expected, and to save you from unnecessary interest payments.
oh,
That's so important too, because a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, you can buy," furniture stores are good for doing
hmm,
that, and they'll say, "Well, if you pay it in the first 6 months, no interest." So you just put that information in the debt payoff tool, and it'll
hmm.
help you pay that down under the limit, the time that they give you to help you, so you won't have to pay the interest payments.
Now that's interesting. I tell
Yeah.
you. And then, and how else does that work as far as, I guess, probably, futurely better of how to get your points up and, those obstacles.
I'm sorry, how about what were
That one you just mentioned.
you know what? Because it'll become repetitious. You'll do it all the time, even if they say, even if they don't have an incentive that will say, well, you pay this off in 6 months.
Hmm.
There'll be no interest rates. Sometimes automatically, it's automatic interest. So with this debt payoff tool, if you put that in the portal and you budget that, you'll just pay it off, so you won't have to pay the interest rates um, for a long period of time. That's a good way to say it.
Right.
For a long period of time. So and you can do it with anything, anything
Right.
any contract that you signed, or if a lot of times when you want to go and get something and they have a finance company that they're going in with, that will help you pay that debt off faster.
Great. And I tell you, this is so great. The information that you're, able to give our audiences, because that is something that I feel, of course, is probably like number one when you're talking about business and wanting to, kind of get, in that corporate field, because
Absolutely.
a lot of businesses, I don't care what kind they are, even though, mine might be food or whatever, and yours is, you're actually a credit person, but you've got things that you're going to be doing in fashion, with clothing.
Yeah.
So it just fits everything, because you got to have credit for all of
All
whatever
of
you're doing.
absolutely.
So that is, just great. So, I'd like to ask this one other question, and we'll be able to, wrap this up. But I'd like to know, what kind of advice would you give, for other, entrepreneurs about overcoming, like, what obstacles in this credit world?
In the credit world, well, I would say in the credit world, or
Yeah,
any
how to come over those obstacles that I think that, maybe people really do have, but, they don't talk about it very much. But I think that's something you can maybe hopefully hit on.
okay, I would say the number one thing is to be consistent.
Mm.
Consistency is so important. Getting your business out there.
Mm-hmm.
Network marketing is so big now, you know, and back in the day when you would go into barbershops or beauty shops, they had magazines. So now you go into a doctor's office, a body shop, a beauty shop, or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
you see people on their phone. So be consistent every day. It's about advertising. Advertise your business. Am I answering your question?
Um, Not on the point of credit though.
Oh,
Yeah.
credit. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, so the biggest
It's
thing.
like obstacles within credit, I guess what I would say on
Okay,
that
well,
part.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
obstacle. Sometimes people want that quick fix,
Uh-huh.
and this is not something that happens overnight.
See,
You didn't
that's
get
a good
bad
point right
credit.
there.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
you did not get bad credit overnight, so you're not going to get good credit overnight.
Right.
So let me explain this. This is what happens when we mail. Well, you're going to mail. You're going to mail. We're going to send you all your credit, the debts, and when
Mm-hmm.
you mail that off, the credit agencies have 30 to 45 days to respond. So that takes time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's about just, it's not a quick fix. Like I said, you didn't get bad credit overnight, so you're not going to get good credit overnight. It's just not going to happen. I've had people call me and said, "Oh, I need this, and my credit is bad, and I
And
can't help
right
you."
away.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not going to happen in 30 days because once we get the letters prepared and send it to you, they have 30 to 45 days to respond and send you your responses. So I really believe that it's start today. You know
Mm-hmm.
that it's so pertinent to have good credit. So the sooner you start, the better it'll be. Because you never know what you're going to need it for.
Right. And the best scoring is what?
850.
All right.
Yep. If you have an 850 credit score is just like having $100,000.
Yes, yes.
Yep. Yep. It's equivalent to having $100,000 that you can spend.
All right. So, hey, those are, I mean, just that, answering that part of just that is not an overnight process. Again, that, people in business, we have to be so patient with all of those obstacles like that, because that is something that, we got to know that, okay, you got something coming up, you need to start almost 6 months out,
Yeah, right.
and
Absolutely.
just making sure, because it's a process or building up to that
Right.
higher score it takes a time, and I do understand that, and I really really thank you for um, you know ad libbing on that area, because that is so important that you know our entrepreneurs know that, and know that they can come out of anything that is not corrected on their credit, that we
Mhm.
can do better as
Absolutely.
as businesses. And just want to thank you so much for bringing your information in from the Black Diamond Credit Solutions, because I hope you guys out there would just know that you can get that information from RMA to get in touch with Tara to better your credits and things like that, to hit those obstacles of great contracts and things like that. But these
Absolutely.
things are very important. Really, just period. Just want you to know how important that is, and that again, like I said, Tara, we thank you so much for your time, and I know you maybe be back again and hit on more of a class side of giving like some class information on how to get that credit together. So
My
uh,
pleasure.
and
My
again,
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
oh, it's our pleasure. And we absolutely also thank you so very much. And we'll end today and say also that Tara is a member of RMA too. So that will be very, very easy for you guys to connect with her.
Mhm.
and get her emails and or numbers to be able to sign up and get those credit things started.
Absolutely.
So that is great. And then look forward to, like I said, a little class piece futurely coming up from Miss Tara Butler with Black Diamond Credit Solutions.
Yes.
Okay. So, anyway, thank you all and have a great day.
Okay. Bye bye.
Dondre, are you on now? I wasn't sure if it was closed out. But Tara, that was great. I tell you, those
Because we're
that's
still
so.
live.
No, it didn't. It was really good because we actually started a little, off the time. So
Okay.
um,
But it
that's
says
why.
in the left hand corner that we're still live.
Oh, okay. Because I know 12:33 here. I'm sorry, 11:33 here was our end time. Was 11:30. So I'm assuming that he's kind of running around doing something right now.
Okay.
But I like I said, I really, was looking forward to this as you
I
being like
was
a
cool.
member, and then the positive response we'll be getting. I know it's going to be great. And we do so appreciate your acceptance of, taking the day to do this and talk on,
All
take
means.
control of
Yes.
your credit, you know,
Yes,
um,
right.
financials. Yeah. And so, we provide, we will be providing, some additional information too for, the people that will come in and ask and things like that.
Okay.
Uh, because we're going to have so many things coming up where, we're working with procurement in, starting with the cities here in Colorado, but we are also going to be working with probably other, states and their cities that they can actually go to and know that procurement area departments of the city they're in are the ones that have those contracts, and you have to have, certain certificates and things like that. And so this is why the whole importance of credit basis being good for the business. And that's why it's better to put business, like kind of in your name, you
Right,
know.
right.
Not, I'm sorry, not in your name, but in the business name, so that the credit really is the business.
Right.
That's why people, do that, or the LLC, so that, you can't get, suits on you where the limit liabilities are just really a very good protection. So
Right.
that,
Mhm.
you have that part together. So these are
Okay.
the things that will be furtherly speaking on those bases with a lot of the people.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you for helping me with that name. It's just,
It's beautiful.
I said it's going to be my legacy.
It's beautiful. It's already started. Black
Yes.
Diamond Credit
Oh my God. I said,
Solution.
I was thinking last night. I said, "Mommy is up in heaven, still working." She
Yes,
said, "She put us together again."
yes. I know she's grinning. She's like,
My granny take care of her
she's
because
like,
she knew I was so passionate about this.
I'm probably our biggest fan right in a second.
Right?
She's like, yay! I can see her like going,
Absolutely, yes.
yay! Yes, indeed. I
Hmm.
believe, the spirit of the people are just like right on it.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's
know.
right.
And
People that we know that loved us so,
oh my goodness, yes.
they never go away.
They always will be part of us. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. So I'm
So
just
Dondre, I'm not sure, but I think he's not back on there yet. But
no.
anyway, I do want to also I tell you that how I think that even like the Black Diamond Boutique, that sounds so like awesomely,
Hmm.
very classy, and having that, as your business that you're working on now, and I'm pretty sure the credit side will be kind of kicking too. So
Yes.
that's
Hmm.
great that you will have your daughter being part of your being a partner, because if both sides get busy, then one can jump, back and forth and
Yes.
keep it rolling.
That's what I had in
You
mind.
know.
Absolutely.
And that's what Don Dre deals with right now, because he runs about 3 to 4 businesses that keeps him so like crazy busy.
I believe
And
it.
my daughter-in-law, his wife, which is actually she's part of a majority of the businesses too, with helping him.
Okay.
And she actually runs the, like I was telling you about, the candy store on wheels, and some of the other things that I think he does in what we call marketing side as well. She helps him in some of those areas. But she has broadcasting background, and she's very savvy and crafty person too. So it just makes it so much fun, when
Absolutely.
they're all doing all this kind of fun stuff. And Damone is quite, savvy too. He's a great chef, as well as, what I mean, doing what we call the COVID-19 deliveries, because there's nothing like going on where we're actually doing uh, big layouts and stuff like that, like we used to do for, the big, huge companies, and, the things that goes on with that. We
Right.
had a lot of stuff we were doing. I'll put it like that. And then,
Hmm.
doing stuff too, we was doing things for the Clinton family, the Obama families, and their or different organization things that are going on. You gotta have a lot of staff, a lot of people, a good decent credit to, you're pulling off things that are kind of like, we call it, some people say above you, but I felt like I'm up there with it, and
Okay.
I like challenging.
Right.
You
Right.
probably
Right.
can see or tell.
Absolutely.
Take on the challenge and make it happen.
Make it happen. Yep.
Oh yeah,
And you have
oh
all the
yeah,
things that
we
you've
had,
done, and all the
yeah.
people, important people that you have impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just and food is good and it looks good. That's you
Yeah,
can't ask for more.
yeah. And we, that was
Presentation
our
almost
thing.
everything.
I was really into, presentation and the food,
That's right.
and it's really, total Barackness that, I know that truly we were, so blessed to get that kind of thing. But just having awards, even in having an icon award in a food and presentation, that
Right.
was something that, like I said, we were into so deeply, and then we totally got Barack doing that. And
Wow.
that
That's
moves on with, again, I think, your field of credit is just going to be phenomenal, even for what you're doing as well yourself,
right.
and other people knowing that, when you're talking credit, it's not like you don't know what is not only about, but here, if you're running a business, the value of good
Hmm.
credit. See,
Absolutely.
so it's
Yep.
like
Correct.
teaching and preaching what you're doing in real life.
In real life. That's
And
right.
who's better than that? And, that can tell someone what's going on and how it's supposed to go.
Right, right.
So,
Exactly. Yep. I've
but
enjoyed myself today. I did. And
same
I like
here.
that it wasn't so long, you know.
Yes, I
Because
enjoyed
I can keep
having
talking.
you. Yes.
I'm like my dad, I'm a talker.
Me too.
But I don't mean to rush, but I'm gonna go on back to work.
Okay.
Yep, I'm
Well,
gonna go on back to work and oh
yes.
hey, but one more thing. Did I sent you like that website?
I'm sorry, you sent me what now?
The website.